creators, welcome guys. I hope you're having a beautifully, phenomenally blessed day. Thank you for joining me for another moment in Topics with Becky. Today we are going down the rabbit hole with self-belief. But before we get into that, please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel down below, set that notification bell so you always know when the next video does go live. And also, guys, I just want to thank you to all of my returning viewers, my returning subscribers, to anybody that has joined us for the first time today. Welcome. I hope you guys find a place of home here. And also to any of my new subscribers, just thank you so much for allowing me your beautiful energy and allowing me your most precious asset, your time. It is a true honor being here and a true pleasure. So that being said, today we are getting into discussion about self-belief and why this is so important. I think this is something that a lot of people on this journey struggle with. I know that I have, and I still at times do struggle with this. It's something that we learn along the way, that we really have to surrender to the fact that nobody is perfect and nobody has shown up in this game perfect. And there will always be people who seemingly are further along than you, but we don't know what kind of work they've put in behind closed doors, right? So I think a lot of people see somebody that comes out running and you're just like, wow, like they were born with this talent. They were born with this amazing ability to sing. They were born with this amazing ability to speak. They were born with this amazing ability to just become. And really what we're failing to see is that behind closed doors, who knows, that person could have spent hours and hours, every waking moment, practicing whatever talent it is that they're bringing out to the world, right? And this is why we cannot stay in an energy of comparing ourselves with others, because the only person who succeeds is one who shows up to do the work. And that comes down to self-belief. If you don't believe that you can, you won't. It's pretty simple, right? But if you do believe that you can, there's nothing that will stop you. So what energy do you choose to be in? Do you choose to believe in a place of self-doubt, or do you choose to be in a place of self-belief where either you won't or you will? And if I were to tell you that in this life, in order to succeed, all you need is self-belief, would you be willing to sacrifice everything else and begin to believe in yourself? Personally, I feel like if somebody had asked me this question years and years ago, it would have been a lot easier for me, because I would have been like, if that's all I really need, then yeah, I'm going to start working on that today. But I would have had to have asked, how do I work on that? How do I believe in myself? Well, think about your friends. Like if you're one of those empathetic friends, that you're empathic friends, you know, you always root your friends on, you're always a cheerleader for your friends. Or you think about your mom. Maybe your mom was your biggest cheerleader, or is your biggest cheerleader. You know, think about those things, right? Why do I say this? Because that's how you begin to build self-belief. You become the mother to your inner child. Like no matter what, there's no wrong. There's nothing that you can do that is wrong. And there's not. There's not. And that's exactly how the divine looks at you. There's nothing that you can do that is wrong. Are there missteps? Of course. Of course. But really the only reason that we're taking a misstep, if you will, is because there's a lesson to learn there. There's something that we need to build character, to become anointed, so that we can carry whatever our success is on our shoulders. If we're not anointed in the fires, in the flames, in the agony of letting go of our emotional ego, then we will not be able to handle those things that we ask for. So say you want $1 million, right? But right now, when you get money, you just spend it like it's going out of style, like you already had $1 million, right? So think about that for a second. So what's something that you think self-belief would teach you in this? From my own aspect, self-belief would say that I believe I'm worthy of $1 million because I believe that I take care of myself, and I take care of my needs, and I take care of my bills, and I make sure that everything is taken care of before I go and buy something extra. Do you do that now? So it's about becoming your future self in this now moment. You let go of what hasn't been serving you along this journey. And what hasn't been serving you on this journey? Maybe it's love. Maybe you keep getting into repeat failing relationships. Well, if you want a successful relationship in the future and you think, okay, well, what would my future self tell me about a successful relationship? Maybe they'd tell you, wait before you jump into bed. Maybe they would tell you to take your time getting to know somebody first. Maybe they would tell you to become friends before you get involved, and really become friends. Take a year, take 2 years to become friends, and then see where it goes. And you might be like, but I'm in my 50s. That's too long. But is it? I mean, a year is going to go fly by quicker than you ever could have imagined. So if you take that time to getting to know somebody and they become your best friend, isn't that worth it? To spend a life with a companion that is going to be there with you through thick and thin? And if you're young, you're just like, that's a long time. You know what? You're still young. If you're in your 20s, you're still young. You still got your whole life ahead of you. You really want to go through marriage after marriage, or repeat failed relationship after repeat failed relationship? You see what I'm saying? Like, you have to outweigh the pros and the cons. And if the con is just time, well, what are the pros? Okay, so we have a con is time. Well, self-belief, the con here is time. It takes time. It takes a lot of time. It takes effort, right? Okay, cool. Well, let's weigh the pros. Okay, so you believe in yourself. There's nothing that will stop you from doing what you want to do. There's nothing stopping you from succeeding. There's nothing stopping you from changing your entire genetic makeup. There's nothing stopping you from losing the weight that you want. There's nothing stopping you from getting the money that you want. There's nothing stopping you from getting the person that you want in your life, the love that you desire in your life. Do you see the pattern here? So you have two cons, maybe effort and time, versus all these pros over here. So, my mom always used to tell me as a little girl to write out a pros and cons list and then base your answer on that. And I'm going to tell you, that was like the best knowledge that she could have ever passed on to me. Did I practice it all the time? Sure, I didn't do that. But, when I started to practice it, I was able to see the benefits of taking this journey. And that's why I'm not ever going to promise you a 24-hour success story, because it's not what this is. And I'll always come back to, it took us however many years to get to where we are at this point. If you're 20, it took you 20 years to get here. If you're 70, it took you 70 years to get here. It's not going to all unravel in one night. That just doesn't happen. And there's a lot of people who sell you the belief that you're going to change tomorrow. And the truth is you can make a change. And that's a huge change. But it takes building habit. There's nothing that's going to come to you easily. You have to put in the effort. You have to put in the work. And the same goes for self-belief. You have to put in the effort. You have to put in the work. You have to look at yourself in the mirror every day and see yourself as the successful person that you want to be, whatever that is. You want to be an artist. You want to be a drawer. You want to be a cartoonist. You want to be a singer. You want to be a rapper. You want to be a musician. You want to be a writer, a poet. You want to be a speaker. You want to be an inspirational leader. Say you just want to be a leader, or you want to be in an upcoming new agenda, or whatever it is you have on your mind. You have to start visualizing yourself already in possession of that position. It's not always easy, because you're like, but it's not here. Believing is seeing. Seeing is not believing. So self-belief is about believing, and you will see it. And not paying attention to what's going on outside of you right now, right here in this now moment, because none of that matters. None of that matters. None of that is potentially going to affect you unless you allow it to affect your everyday motion. If you stay to the same routines, if you refuse to change, if you stay stagnant, you'll just keep repeating the same lessons over and over again, and you'll wonder why it seems that life has failed you. Well, maybe it's not that life has failed you, but maybe that you failed yourself by not getting up and making a decision to change. Maybe it's harsh, but you know what? Sometimes we need some tough love. I know I did I had a swift kick in the ass when I started my journey. I broke my back. And I didn't get rods put in place. I went the natural route, and it took me 2 years. I couldn't walk for 6 months. It was rough. It was harsh. It was difficult. It was painful. There were some days I couldn't even get out of bed. But I knew I had to keep going because the only way for me to heal was to make a change in my routine. Start walking. Start doing what little I could. I couldn't even vacuum the room. I couldn't wash dishes. Okay? So it's not about where you're at. It's about what you're going to do and how to get out of it. You know, that was 6 years ago when I broke my back. To see where I'm at today, and I'm like, I can do yoga, 90 minutes of yoga regularly. Do you think that that just came just one day? I was just inspired to do it? No, I had to fight. I had to fight self-belief. I had to fight self-worth. I had to fight this belief that I wasn't worthy of being active and healthy. But I am, because it's my birthright. You are, because it's your birthright. So start owning your birthright. Get up and do something. And I'm going to be so cliche here. Get up off the couch and make a change for you. For you. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for joining me, guys. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel down below. Set that notification bell so you always get notified when the next video does get uploaded. And until next time, go forth boldly, my fellow creators, and courageously find creative ways to rise above in life, laughter, and love. Until we see each other again. Mwah. Peace out. I love y'all. Bye.